Welcome back to Dylan of Age of Wonders 4. We're Dragon Deez Nutz in the Watcher update. Like on this province right here, and then have a bunch of adjacencies, or over here. There's also the central quarry that we could build, and our turns are getting expensive enough that it kind of makes sense to actually do that. So our builder's quarters gives us plus 15, this also gives us plus 15. They're kind of the same thing, it looks like. But the central quarry is cheaper than the other one. I could build a bunch of quarries up here in the north and then have a bunch of adjacencies. I think that makes sense. Let's go for a central quarry right here on top of that quarry. We probably want to build some more units as well. I think a Steel Shaper might actually make sense now. Steel Shapers have been buffed so that the Grant Defense is now a free ability instead of ending your turn. And Strength from Steel flips your defense and resistance into strengthened. Steel Blast is alright. I don't know. I'm still not impressed by Steel Shapers. Like, they're okay. They're probably the most lackluster unit in the Industrious culture. Getting a Gargoyle might not be a terrible idea, but oh my goodness. 12 mana upkeep. It is a tier 2 charge unit though. Let's make sure that we have enough gold on hand for Ashwall just in case. We are good. Alright. I think getting the Gargoyle makes sense. We have plenty of mana income. We could use some mana upkeep units. So let's go with that. Let's grab the Whispering Stone. There's nobody else that is a free city that we've met, right? Nah. So we might want to just put that Whispering Stone, say, into Gauntlet, and then build up our city stability over time. We've received a message. She calls on us to issue the Declaration of Rivalry against Defall. He's going to attack us no matter what. And it costs 10 gold upkeep per turn. I don't want to spend gold on Declarations of Rivalry. This is one of the things I do not like about the game, is that you have to... Why is there a gold upkeep for being like, I hate you? You know? That doesn't make sense. That's counterproductive. Yeah, it makes it easier to declare war on them, but they're going to attack us. Basically guaranteed. There's no sense in us pushing the issue. This should be a pretty easy battle though. And indeed it was. Nice, a Wand of Lightning Strike, very cool. Let's give that immediately to Wraith. And let's give her her first skill. So she's always a battle mage, I just like her to be a battle mage. I think this is a her, I'm not sure, it really doesn't matter. So let's go with never very impressed by Lightning Evocation. Let's go with Channel Power to give plus 50% damage for magic attacks until the end of the current turn. And let's keep it rolling. Let's start this next one, why not? Easy peasy. Alright. Now Dragon Lord gained another skill. I could get Ancient Governor 2 for even more knowledge and city stability. That does seem nice to me. Because I'm not too worried about anything else at the moment. Let's go for that. Upgrade our city even more. And then Wraith gets another skill. Thinking we go for Magecraft to up her DPS by missing less often. Or DPT, I guess you could say. I think my strategy down here is going to be to clear the remainder of most of the node guardians and then head up above ground to start clearing the node guardians there. Let's take a look down here and get some free prospects. Very good. This is the Guardian Tree. Cool. If we want to do a magic victory, we'll probably need to secure the Guardian Tree in order to win. Ooh, Evoker's Robes. I might want to give that to Wraith, actually, instead of the leather armor, because that increases the damage attack, so I would do that for sure. Other Willows declared a rivalry, so Default Dia declared rivalry on Sundren. I'm totally fine with that. The more likely they are to fight, the better. Gauntlet got that central quarry up and running. I think we might want to go with upgrading our production even further with a builder's quarters on top of the mine, so let's build right there. Gargoyle could be rushed, but we might want to just spend the money elsewhere, such as on Ashwall here. So let's rush the workshop, and then after that, kind of thinking that we do a workers farmstead. So let's do that. We could also begin production of some actual units up here. Maybe even a gargoyle. Yeah, we have plenty of mana income. Let's start building a gargoyle up there. Oh, Dragon Boy actually died over here in the Dragon's Lair infestation, apparently. It's pretty funny. We have the Harbingers of Misfortune. So the Watchers have appeared. We'll go ahead and attack these dudes. Might as well. They are behind us. We cannot reach them on this turn. Let's go ahead and just strike these units over here. Instead, this should be a ridiculous crush. Took them out with, I think, no damage whatsoever. Well, I got that builder's quarters set up, so we've got all of our special production buildings up and running. We're up to 127 production in Gauntlet at the moment. I say we go ahead and build maybe a Town Hall 3. So buy now costs 20% less. Let's go with that. That brings us down to only 11 gold free, which is fine. I don't need to spend any more gold at the moment. I'd like to gain that fishery here pretty soon. It doesn't look like we're in conflict with anybody else for most of these provinces, so I don't need to work towards getting the Archon blood. It's going to take me a while to beat that Shrine of Smiting, most likely too. Let's grab the fishery so that we can get more population faster. We got a trade proposal, province claiming pact. I'm cool with that, so that we don't get angry at each other for doing things like what I just did, basically. My alignment changed to good. Very cool. So right now, in comparison to everybody else, we are 8th. We're better than the dragon person. Something. But our individual ranking is actually pretty good. We're 4th in expansion, 4th magic, 6th in military, and 7th in economy. I'm not sure how we're considered number 8 overall, but we are. The combination of excavation and pioneering and prospecting is actually like really powerful. I do recommend giving it a shot sometime. I actually have enough people doing stuff that I might consider building even more pioneers, because you often get items and yields just from digging. That's totally like a dwarf thing to do. We got poison arrows, wonderful. So let's go ahead, let's start working on maybe summoning Entwined Thrall. Skirmisher unit might not be a bad idea. I don't really care for upgrading my scouts at the moment. I don't need them to really move faster or to see more. They're quite fine as they are. Let's go for the Entwined Thrall. Sundren actually ended her rivalry with Defaladia. Okay. I'm interested to see if he actually leaves us alone or not. And Infestation, the Dragon Slayer, is sending invading forces. Are you serious? They're attacking me, the player? Of course. Of course. If they're actually going to attack me, that means that I need to move towards Ashwall basically immediately in order to defend it. That means that they'll be here in about, well, these guys might defend me. I kind of doubt they will, but we'll see. That means I need to pull back, take out the Watchers on the way back, and then move above ground pretty much immediately. That's one of the things that kind of annoys me about this game, is that the infestations seem to specifically target the player above everybody else. We are, by the way, getting a boatload of gold from all the hero items that we have. We're getting 54 gold per turn, and that should be 54 mana as well. Yep. Ah, maybe they're not coming for me. These forces are moving south, so we might be okay to not go immediately above ground. They might actually be going after Dragon Boy, or Dragon Girl, whichever one she is, which is down here, it looks like. So the Watchers are freaking your troops out, that's fine. I'm completely okay with having minus 10 morale. It does not bother me. We just gotta watch out for their little scrying ability. The big thing with Watchers is they have this Psychic Gaze that has a range of 6. It can't be dodged. It can stun you, it can mark you so you get more damage in the future, and it does a pretty good amount of damage. So you gotta watch out for that. They do have to stand still though. They split their forces up, so I'm going to maybe also split my forces up actually. Nah, it's always good to stick together, especially as Industrious. Alright, so they've moved in. They're within range of using their Psychic Gaze. The big thing now is that we need to kill them before they cause major issues. So I'll use a Dragon Breath on this one, get rid of its cover. I can actually use the Anvil Guards to prevent them from using their Psychic Gaze if I get lucky. So I'll push the Anvil Guards in, give it a shot, successfully taunt, push the second Anvil Guard in over here, give it a taunt, got him. So now they can't use their freaking Psychic Gaze. We're a-okay to just beat the crap out of them now, basically. And that's one dead. And Rock Blast to finish it off. There we go. The only damage we sustained was shitting ourselves in the back by complete accident on a 70% chance. We got them, so we can either get a bunch of draft, or we can get a bunch of production. I like production, or some Imperium. Let's go with production. And then we can immediately start working on something else here. Probably a... wouldn't mind a stonemason. We're not going to be able to boost it anytime soon. Although maybe I could pull it off. I'd have to spend quite a bit of Imperium to do that though. I think we go ahead with the stonemason. Might hard build it. And then over in Gauntlet, building Masonic Hall would get us even more production. I do like that idea. I love production. When you're industrious, you gotta build tall. I think we're probably done clearing most of the provinces down here temporarily. Going above ground is probably the way to go. There's tougher targets up there anyway that we can take on. I think I do want more units as well. We're building another gargoyle. A bastion wouldn't be a bad idea. They're pretty good defense. They do cost 20 gold per turn though. Let's start work on that bastion. Why not? We could get +2 vision range for our units in cities, and +3 sensing range, or we could go with founding or absorbing cities takes -2 turns, and newly founded and absorbed cities gain +1 population. I'm not too sure about this one. Like, we're probably going to build one more city, maybe 2 at most, and then absorb Rampart. So that's like 3 population, when I could just, you know, spend the Imperium directly on population. So I don't think fruitful integration makes a lot of sense. Mines granting mana is not a bad choice. Metropolitan Society will be nice eventually. Breastplate of the Champion would be great if we had a melee hero. I'm not too concerned about any of these really. So instead, we might want to do something like trying to boost the Masonic Hall with another farm. At least a temporary farm. I don't think that's a bad idea, so let's expand. I don't have very many... Well, actually, there is the production down here. Let's grab this production. So that should boost. The other dragon has returned from the void. Some people have declared a friendship. What? Oh, come on now, y'all being friends? That's not cool. Other dragon and Sundrin are being friends. I guess it's fine. They're at -490 relations with us because they feel threatened. You don't have to feel threatened, bro. We're going to vassalize Rampart on... Ooh, that's close. Sundrin got pretty close, actually. We should have them for sure, I think. Then we'll want to integrate them pretty soon, so we should probably save our Imperium for that. It looks like the dragon person is underground based upon this underground passage right here. We've got the Masonic Hall and Gauntlet. We're now up to 160 production. I think it makes sense to go ahead and start focusing a little bit more on research. Although an estate hall would make us grow quite a bit faster. Let's go with that. Boosting it isn't something I'm going to be able to do anytime soon. So let's build the estate hall. We got haste berries, right. So we have vassalization of Rampart now. Yes, we can't quite integrate them, that's right. We need supreme vassalage first. But no one can compete with us now. Yes, we need to do poison arrows. Let's start working on that immediately. I've been insulted by Silverleaf and the dragon people. Alright. We've met the hostile free city. Alright. Oh. We could attempt to intimidate Scorpio Theodine, a 4-strength primal check. 60% chance of success, he pleads for peace. 40% chance of he returns to muster his troops. And we would gain 1 stack of primal exhaustion for 6 turns. 10% less damage and less resistance and defense. I don't care. You do what you want, little hostile free city. Does not bother me. Especially because you're across the ocean. Yes, this is his domain, right? So his city has decided to expand super far to the left. There might be another city over here. I do need to try and sneak around and inspect these mountains for their goodies and get some better vision on him. I think that we could probably use another arbalist, so I'm going to build an arbalist in Ashwall. We are making bundles and bundles of money. Oh boy, we excavated a very frightening area. Yeah. I hope that they don't actually think that they can get to us. Nah, they'll be pretty far. Yeah, let's turn around and leave. I might be able to take Hidden Garden right now. I think I can pull it off. So let's move our Dragon Lord Deez Nutz. Let's put Wraith in there. Let's give them the Nightmare. Let's give them 2 Anvil Guards. And then an Arbalist, and we should be able to bring them down on the next turn, and then take that Ancient Wonder. It looks like the Dragon Bros are going underground after all. Very cool. I'm happy about that. Ashwall can grab another province. So we could boost this donation. We could boost this donation with a farm, but we only have harbors and quarries. I think that we'd really like to get another quarry, but we don't have anything that's really accessible. Getting some more research wouldn't be a bad idea. But getting some more food wouldn't be a bad idea either. Eventually we can build, I don't think it's the shipyard, but it's like the fishmonger that gives you a bunch of food, and the Grand Wharf gives you a bunch of production as well. Let's go ahead, let's build the research post on top of the Harkon Blood. Let's think about whether or not we'd like to spend any of our money. Or Imperium, I mean. Not too interested in most of these things. Actually, special province improvements granting +5 gold is not too bad. I like that idea. Let's do that. Now we're up to 153. We got poison arrows ready to go, so let's enchant our units. It's going to cost us some mana. Might want to consider getting more mana from mines. So, Sunjin redeclared her rivalry with Defaladia. Alright. We have a new rally of leeches ready. So we could rally a defender and a bannerman. Defenders are 2/2 shield units, but they're okay. Bannermen are actually not that bad. They have Banner Smite, and they also have the ability to do the Bulwark standard to boost your defense and resistance of all adjacent enemies, so they vibe pretty well with our shield wall idea. And the Soothing standard to actually heal the caster and adjacent friendly units, plus give some morale. I wouldn't mind a Bannerman actually. I'll take that. Recruit to Throne City. Baba the Boulder proclaims herself a Dragon Slayer and you as her target. Cool. So do we engage this so-called hero? Well, we can attack. Or we can gain 10 good Imperium in exchange for 55 Imperium. I don't mind fighting her. We could get a mystery bonus and an item. Fighter. Oh cool, war. Alright bro. I'm not sure that's the best choice that you could have made with your 8 out of 9 military ranking friend. It's based on us befriending the free city that we just took, vassalizing them. Alright, cool. So now I need to watch out with the scout actually. They declared war on me even though they did not have a stack anywhere nearby, it looks like. That's pretty stupid. Let's take out Hidden Garden. So these have the nymphs we gotta watch out for. So we can either do avert your eyes, all units become blind but immune to seduced. That does lower their accuracy, but they can't be seduced, which I do like. Or we just straight up attack. I think we have pretty good odds of just attacking directly. There are 2 nymphs that could try to seduce us. Base 60% chance. I do have the Wand of Inversion though, which means that I can flip that negative status effect into a positive status effect. We will of course do manual combat because AI probably cannot handle this battle very well. Alright, their seduce has a typical range of 6, so just gotta stay 6 tiles away from them. Should be a-okay. Already took out 2 of their little defenders. I'm not gonna advance on these skirmishers though. I don't think that's a great choice considering the nymphs can do their little thing. Instead, I'm just gonna rock blast the skirmishers to beat them up. And we will chill out, go into defensive mode, and just take the punishment. Alright, now we need to deal with the nymphs. They're close enough that we could try taunting them, but it probably won't work. Let's push in, let's give the taunt a try. Only 53%, that's not bad. We got him, good, so that mind control will not fire. Let's kill this one right here. Took him out 100%, very good. Gonna do a little bit of channeling power to increase our magic attack right here. And then we need to push forward. This one we can beat the living crap out of. Good deal. And then we can't get behind this skirmisher right here. Decent chance that this Arbalest might get killed if I'm not careful here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal it give it some more defense, make it more sturdy, and kill this unit there. Or, that's fine. Let's push in. Let's taunt this dude here. Got him. Now the Arbalest will probably just get hit by the nymph with a mind control. It's fine. They won't be able to do anything on that turn though. Come on. There's a seduce attempt actually on the anvil card, but we resisted very good. And yeah, that's game over for them. There's no way they survived this. And there we go. GG Ancient Wonder. Awesome. Got a white wolf to add to our hoard. And bait and bass. So we can grab a nymph here, I believe. I could get 260 gold, that's okay. Food is not bad. Nymphs are not bad units though. They can do Revitalize to give 2 regeneration in a 1 hex radius and remove all negative status effects. I like that idea a lot. Let's grab a nymph. Alright, we need to shuffle units around again one more time. Split people up that need to be split up. Let's add one more Arbalest to the main stack. So we have 1 shock, 3 shield, 2 Arbalest, the hero. Then we have Wraith, 1 hero, 2 shock, 1 Arbalest. We could probably use another anvil guard in that stack, so that's pretty good. Not really concerned about Croaker. We are number 7. We have 7 military. He has 8 military. I could go burn down some of his stuff if I really wanted to. Subjugating him is not a bad idea. He did attack us. The southern dragon person might also try something too though. We would have to pull back in that case. Based on her unit position, she might be trying something as well. Or trying to clear the Dragon's Lair. But the Dragon's Lair functions as a pretty good bulwark against their aggression. However, the hero is down here, we should go deal with them. So let's move that direction. So this stone spirit is actually being chased by this invading force. They are actually attacking me. That's what I was kind of worried about, that they're just focusing me. That's really irritating that, you know, hey, let's just focus down the player. It makes the player experience harder. Ah, this is where they live. Okay. I'd like to fight the dragon people down south instead of the croakers. We got Summon and Twine Thrall. And next up I'd like to go for Blight Blades. So we got another level up on our ruler. Let's go for maybe Terrifying Gorging, but it does require us to get closer. I think we should get one more skill in Dragon Lord to get Materium Aura. So Dragon Scales might be the way to go. Now let's go with Dragon Scales for even more defense. So we're up to 52% on both. And then Wraith is going to get herself maybe Fire Evoker. I do like Fire Evoker. It looks like they might have nerfed it to be more in line with Lightning Evoker. But Fire Evocation is just such a nuclear bomb. Let's grab it. And we got the signature skill for her. What would I like to get? Frostfire detonation's never a bad thing, really. It can do some pretty decent damage overall. Assassinate doesn't make sense. Mana Unchained. Mass Rejuvenation's pretty good too, though, if we ever really need healing. We do have quite a few nuclear bombs on this character already, so I think going with Mass Rejuvenation might be the best choice in this instance. Let's do that. You never know when you need some clutch healing. We've met another free city, alright. Someone else is working on these people, so I'm not going to worry about trying to win them over. Another Wand of Blizzards, amazing. We've got the Estate Hall and Gauntlet built, so they should be growing even faster soon. We could build a Farmer's Guild, but we need one more farm. And I think that makes a lot of sense in this city, just because we have such a lack of any food production tiles that have special food resources. So building a farm is something I want to do. Let's just think about attracting population. Let's see if we're going to need... We don't need to do anything in Ashwall at the moment. Let's attract population here, grab ourselves another farm, we'll place it right in the middle right there. With that done, we can now start work on the Farmers Guild. And that will be a wonderful addition. We got a message. She's happy that we're close together. Okay. We could do a defensive pact. I'll do that, absolutely. So now that she has to protect me against the people that declare war on me, such as Defaldia, will you come to my aid against... what's his face? Guess I can't ask her to join me. I can offer contact information. Let's see. She'll give me some gold. I'll take that. Thank you. I'll not sell you any hero items, but I will buy some if you have them cheap. Ooh, a spider hatchling bell. I would not mind that. That's got a value of 60. 36 gold. What is that? That's a tier 2, so I'd get like 6 gold per turn? Hell yeah, I'd buy that from you. Got anything else? Ring of the Inspiring Killer, 18 gold. It is a tier 1, I believe. Yeah, so it would take 18 turns to get our money back. Sure. We'll make money back eventually. And the Wand of Provocation is a tier 2, right? Yeah. So we'd get 6 gold per turn from this, I believe. If I remember right. Yeah, tier 2 gives us 3 actually, so that would take 13 turns. That's fine. That's an investment. It's pretty cool that with dragons that you play such a hoarding game. I do like that. Let's be real careful about how we move around here. I want to be sneaky and move on to these mountains here and prospect if we can. Ah shit, he's down here. He can reach us. We're so dead. Yeah, we're super dead. Well, we can try to run away, and that's all we can do. Yep. Time to run. Yep, turn around and hightail it out. Hey, hey, he got away. So he'll reappear in a different city. I've been lucky with those. So there is a stack down south that might be coming up north. I'm okay with that. I'd like to accelerate ramparts of vassalization, if I can. Ooh, the Horn of Plenty. All units in the army heal 5 hit points every world map turn. I'm not sure that's worth replacing Flanker, for instance. Although we don't flank that often with our Dragon Lord these days. Actually, that's a accessory item. But I'd love a spider hatchling. I'd take the spider hatchling. That's only that is a tier 2 though. I could make money from that. But summons are always good. It does only last 3 turns, but it's not that big a deal. I'll just take it. And then let's go over to Wraithbreaker. We don't really need poison darts, I don't think. I can swap that with the Horn of Plenty. Yeah, let's swap it. Could use another hero, but I don't want to pay extra. It's not that much more though, in truth. It does cost Imperium now though, I believe. Well, the first one costs gold, the next one costs Imperium. Getting another hero is probably a good idea. Actually, we have a ton of gold income. I can probably afford it. So I can get a mage with Materium, Disdain the Weak, extra damage versus tier 1, that's okay. Unstable. Upon sustaining damage, he teleports to a random location once per turn within 2 turns. Frail? Minus 40 hit points? Hell no. I'm not gonna get some frail hero. Distracting and Provisioner. Ooh, minus 10% unit upkeep with a bunch of different affinities. I'll take you, I think. You also have Astral Blood, so you have extra fortune every time we cast a spell. We have some things that will switch. That's a lot of money though, actually. Hold on. Might need to build some things. We do indeed need to build some things. Alright, next up, kind of thinking a Grand Mill. Masonic Hall will be good, but we need 2 quarries. We don't have 2 quarries yet. In order to get 2 quarries, we have to expand east onto this forest tile. So let's go with the Grand Mill to increase our expansion rate. Our rivalry with us ended. The other dragons have decided to chill out. Nice. Got the Arbalest here. We're going to send it on southeast to join the armies. We could spit 3 more units. Building a bastion, so 2 more units. I could maybe fit another gargoyle or an arbalest. Alternatively, I could build more pioneers and then go scouting even more effectively. I like the pioneers. Build me more pioneers. Oh yeah, so we got the Bannerman too, that's right. So I guess I could only fit 1 more unit into my main stacks. Other rulers declared a friendship. Sundrin and the other dragon. Alright. We researched Blight Blades. Next up is going to be Vine Prisons. Why not? Let's start working immediately on Blight Blades. And let's take down this hero. This is going to be a ridiculous stock. And there we go. So we'll gain a Helm of the Warrior to make a little more money per turn. So we could gain Imperium. We could gain some city stability and Gauntlet for 6 turns. We could bury her for good alignment. Or feed on the corpse for evil alignment, but gain enough experience to rank up. I think in this case we just take the Imperium. And then ideally we'd start working on, let's boost the allegiance of Rampart to get that done faster. I want them integrated as soon as possible. We got the remains of Baba the Boulder. She has a pretty nice green lance. I'm going to sell these remains to grab those items so I can make even more money. And then we're going to pull back to friendly territory to heal up the very small amount of damage that we sustained. With this Pioneer, we're going to immediately put them into the ocean, I think. Well, let's go explore our friends' lands, why not? Take a look around. Next up, I might want to just get another Pioneer, why not? They always bring us more hero items and gold and production after all. And then we could rush the Farmer's Guild, but that is a lot of money. I don't see any reason to do that. I might just rush the Grand Mill. That'll get us growing faster. Let's go ahead, let's build a shrine next. Who the hell is this? Taina Greyblood has captured one of our claimed provinces. Oh, that's fine. Well, it depends on which one she attacked. We'll send her a welcome gift. Why not? She's not too upset with us. She is neutral, though. What did she take that was claimed by me? I do not know. But she is over here in the west. Might want to get some walls built in Ashwall. It's not a bad idea. Let's do that. The AI might try to be sneaky and take advantage of my lack of walls. We've gotten a message from the Silverleaf. They think that we're allies. Okay. I'm cool with that. They're respectful towards us now. Huh. They did insult us before. They'll actually take a wizard's bond. I'll take that, sure. Us good guys gotta stick together. I'm in no way a greedy dragon. She wants us to declare a friendship to area la 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 la. I'm not gonna spend money on this. Sorry. I'm not a greedy dragon at all. Let's build the quarry to increase our production in Ashwall. Blight blades are ready to go. It's going to cost us 8 mana upkeep. It's totally fine with me. Let's combine our forces here. And we'll push out just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And the other dragons actually chill with us now, huh? They're confident in us. So they need an ally, they're involved in wars. Well, I'm involved in wars. So they're pretty happy that we're not going to attack them, most likely. We got our first bastion, wonderful. We'll send him above ground. Bring him towards the primary army. Might want to consider building another bastion just to replace some of the anvil guards. The anvil guards are really useful in that they have taunt though. And taunt is extremely useful. Not sure I want to build another bastion and then have more gold upkeep, getting kind of wasted in a sense. Anvil guards are going to be effective for quite a while. Really, they're continuously effective for a long time actually. The anvil guards have 6 defense, the bastions have 8 defense and 2 resistance. They do get inspiring defense, which is a free ability to give bolstered defense. But they're really not that much better. They do 14 damage per hit. Our guys do 10 damage per hit, and they have taunt. Like, anvil guards are pretty good. So I think I'm just going to hold off on building anything here and just focus on food production instead and Gauntlet. Although digging this area out eventually is going to be nice, but I don't want to uncover anything that might get me attacked by infestation too soon. Let's actually hurry the Farmer's Guild. That'll really boost our food production. And then I could build an herbalist, I bet. If I build it on this farm, I'll get a bunch of extra productions. It does count as a conduit though, but let's build the herbalist anyway, right there. We've met the 8th member of the map. Stone Drake Fangir of the Moon Rock Dwarves. He's actually pretty happy to see us. Here, have some money. He's an artisan merchant. Very good. We don't have that many jerkwads in this game. Harvest Festival, so we can either sell a bunch of our stuff to gain money, gain good alignment, or gain Imperium. Let's take the good alignment, why not? That puts us at 30 good total. Dragons don't have to be horrible, destructive creatures. Just give me your hero items and everything will be okay. Let's hurry the palisade walls to get some actual defenses in Ashwall, just in case Greyblood wants to be aggressive. Then after that, I'm thinking that we might go for Yeah, we need to get stability, so let's go for a bulwark next. The next upgrade of the town hall. This pioneer, I'm gonna send into the ocean right away. And let's build another one, why not? At this point, there's probably not that many mountains left to prospect, but I do want to learn where everything's at. Plus there's the underground, which still has a lot to prospect and excavate. Alright, so in Gauntlet we have 84 gold left. I think I want to start building a wizard tower level 1. Let's do that. Get some more Imperium rolling. Rampart will be on the next stage of vassalage. I want to save Imperium to encourage them to become our vassals faster, to reach the next level of vassalage faster in the next turn, so I don't want to spend it. Grey Blood and Silverleaf are at war. That's cool with me. And then Sundrin and Defal ended their little rivalry as well. Temple of the Tomb. Greyblood's up here, looks like. Alright, Gauntlet can annex another province. I think in this case you want to go for... If we get the farm or anything else here, we can upgrade our herbalist further with more food production. But I'm not too concerned about that. I want to get more, I think, research. So let's go for a research post down there. We do have to clear that node defender in order to get the mana, but that's okay. We have over 1,000 mana just banked. Rampart, we are going to boost the allegiance of. That leaves us with 126 Imperium, not enough for anything particular. Other Dragon Lord and Defal have a defensive pact. Wait, I can integrate a free city? Oh, well maybe it gets cheaper when I get to Supreme Vassalage. Maybe not. We'll just save up for integration. That's okay. We're complemented by Sundrin. Cool. This should be... Ooh, this is the Cold Shifting Spire. If we want to do a magic victory, we'll have to take that most likely. That one, as well as the one over here, the Guardian Tree. Thankfully, this Grey Blood is actually a fanatic isolationist, so hopefully they won't bother us. We'll see. I think we should go ahead and clear these Ashen Ruins, so we'll build a stack to do that, composed of our Dragon Lord. We'll throw a Nymph in there, Anvil Guard, probably another Anvil Guard, and then an Arbalist. So there's a Pyromancer here. We could use mana to gain immunity to burning attackers, or we could just attack. There's going to be rampant fire all over the place, but all of our units will be immune to burning. There will be a Pyromancer. I might as well do it. We have a bunch of mana. Why not? Let's do a little manual combat. Should be super easy to take care of. Now, Pyromancers are pretty good units for AoE. They do have that flame strike after all. So we kind of want to be careful about not standing too close to one another. Of course, their health pool isn't very good, so we could just nuke them into oblivion if we get lucky. I'm going to push the Anvil Guard, do a little bit of a taunt to stop that flame strike from happening at all. Then we can probably rock blast this Pyromancer to reduce the damage even further. That will come, because they will flame strike us, pretty much guaranteed. Or not. Okay. And this should be the end of them. There we go. Thunderbird mount. More money for the Hoard. So we free these tormented animals. We could get a mana siphoner as well. So we can gain the mana siphoner, or we can return it to Rampart to gain relations. I don't care about that. This is mine. Thank you very much. I am not a greedy dragon. Oh, I believe this is the final member of the map. King Alfred Elderstone. Neutral, focused on order, chivalrous, diplomat. Another person that should not be a jerk. I'll give you some money. Let's finish off the Wizard Tower level 1, and then let's go to work probably on an Arcane Institute. Although, Wizard Tower level 2 gives us more Imperium. But we need research, this is very true. Let's build the Arcane Institute. Let's also rush the Town Hall level 2 in Ashwall. And then we're going to start work immediately upon a tavern. You know, with all these diplomats around, I'm kind of wondering if I could pull off a diplomatic military victory. We got Vine Prison done. What's gonna be next? Our Tier 2 tomb. I think what we're gonna go for is the Tomb of Glades for the Glade Runners, which are pretty good ranged units. The aspect of the route will allow our shield and pole-arm units to actually heal during battle. Creating forest will allow us to take the corridors to spread underground. Leaf skin is pretty good for more resistance, forest walk, and forest camouflage. And I've never used entwined protectors, but I might see. Mainly want the nature affinity glade runner aspect of the route and create forest. Sacred meadow doesn't look bad either. Let's take this one. We're gonna grab glade runner immediately. Hey, so this is actually gonna be the end of the playthrough. Unfortunately, it looks like the combination of the player count and me having the thumbnail be a joke, but a joke that was probably not appreciated by a whole lot of people. I thought it was funny, but I guess a lot of people didn't agree with that. Basically means that the audience for this particular playthrough is so small that I should really just do something else. Now, I will say that Age of Wonders 4 is getting better. I do like what they've done with the game, how they've improved the AI to be more playing like it should play based on the personality. I am looking forward to getting the future AI updates in the future, of course. But I do kind of wonder if Age of Wonders 4 hasn't kind of died a little bit after the gigantic amount of hype that it had at the beginning of the release. Which is kind of unfortunate because I did buy the launch pack that had like all the DLCs and stuff, so we'll see. Anyway, I'll be doing a Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri playthrough next if you get to this point in the video, which the vast majority of you won't, but hey, might as well say it. And I'm going to try to do a simultaneous playthrough of We the People as well. We'll see if I can do both at the same time. Playing that takes a long time, and I am going to have to start getting a part-time job here pretty soon, just because we do actually need more money than we anticipated. I was mainly like a house husband, but you know, with inflation and all that, it's kind of hard to get by, so it is what it is. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I do enjoy the game. I think that we were going to win no matter what, basically. The AI was probably never going to win. And I'll see you on the next one.